So now, before you take the quiz, let's go and take some time to review what we learned today and also some of the exponents. So in problem number 9, we need to be able to complete the square. Now, first thing is to be able to move the 3 to the right, the number to the right, and we're going to leave the x's on the left-hand side. We have x squared plus 4x. I'm going to leave some space. Is equal to -3 and leave some space. Now, on your quiz, the first step is going to be done for you. So on your quiz, there's going to be times that the 3 is already moved to the right-hand side. So the only thing that you need to do is just make the spaces. In this case, we needed to move the 3 to the right, so it becomes a negative. So now we need to be able to complete the square. Remember, we got to take letter B, we got to take half of it, which is 2, and then we got to square it. So 2 times 2 gives us a positive 4. And what we do on one side, we need to do to the other side. So now we can factor this out, and that'll give us a 1. Factors of x squared will be x and x. Factors of 4 will give me 2 and 2, and they both should be positive because they need to add up to a positive number. Since both of them are the same, we can write them as only one of them square is equal to 1. And now to get rid of the square, we're going to take the square root on the left and on the right. That will cancel, and we have x plus 2 is equal to, now the square of 1 in this case, if you want to leave a square of 1, it's fine, but all of us know that it's 1. And let's not forget what did I forget? My plus or minus. And then the last step is just to be able to move my 2 to the right. That will become a -2, and I still have my plus or minus 1. You can give me this answer, or because we have a whole number, you can separate in 2. So we can have x is equal to -2 plus 1, and x is equal to -2 minus 1. Right? One with a positive, and one with a negative. And that'll give me a -1, and that'll give me a -3. But if you just give me this as the answer, that will be perfect. So don't worry about not making those errors at this time. Now let's continue and review a few of the exponents. Let's work on number 10 and 11. And if you're already done it, just double check the process and make sure that you have it correct. In this case, they're multiplying. So we're going to multiply the coefficients. We're going to multiply the big numbers. That'll be 6. And because they're multiplying, we can just go ahead and add or count how many x's we have. We're going to count 3 x's and 1 more. We have a total of 4. Y, so we have 2 and 1 more is a total of 3. And that's it. Let's review 11. On number 11, we have an exponent outside 2. But I also notice I have a 0 exponent. So the 0 exponent is going to become a 1. So do I need this? No. So I'm just going to distribute the 2 to each one of them. Now remember that you cannot multiply a whole number, a coefficient with an exponent. Little numbers cannot multiply the big numbers. That 2 is going to take over the -5. So it'll be a -5. Notice that I place in parentheses, square. X to the 2 times 2 will be 4. Y to the 4 times 2 will be 8. And z to the second power. And from here, I'm going to simplify my exponents. So -5 squared will be -5 times -5 will be positive 25. X to the 4, y to the 8, z to the second power. And that's it. But one of the main things that you have to remember is that you do not multiply. You can only multiply exponents and exponents. If it doesn't have an exponent, we can just think about taking it over the number. And make sure you place it in parentheses. We also learned last time, number 12, how to simplify with division. I'm going to first simplify my big numbers, my coefficients. So one number divides 6, that also divides 12. I'm going to divide by 6 on each one of them. So that will give me 1, and divide by 6 will give me 2. Now, for my x's, I notice that I have a negative exponent here. So I'm going to take my negative exponent and I'm going to move it up. So it'll become x to the 5th. So how many x's do I have on the numerator? There'll be x to the 7th. Now, I also notice that there's a y that has a negative exponent. So I'm going to bring it down. And that's going to become y to the 3rd. So how many y's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So y to the 4th. And that'll be it. And let's do one more problem. Number 13. For number 13, we have a negative exponent outside the parentheses. So we're going to multiply to each one of them. Now remember that you're not going to multiply the number by the exponent. It's just going to take over the number. So it'll be 2 and negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 will be 9. And negative 3 times 2 will be negative 6. And I'm just going to make them happy. Make them happy. So that gives me a x to the 9th. That becomes a happy y, 6y. And that'll be 2 to the 3rd power. And the only thing we'll need to be able to simplify this, so that gives me x to the 9th, y to the 6th over 8. 2 times 2 times 2 will give me 8. Okay, so good luck on your quiz. Remember that you can use your notes, but you are not able to talk during the quiz. If you are talking during the quiz, you're going to get a 0 and maybe sent to viewpoint. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.